you talk about a banger, man. You talk about chops and...
Excuse me. What in the world are you thinking?
Mean Gene, the first thing you need to do is to tell these people to shut up if you want to hear what I gotta say.
What up, y'all? It's KMB, the Sexy Ninja, in the place to be for a Paper Saber universe, and this is the New World Podcast, brother. Whew. Not a way to start my day. I found out a family member passed. R.I.P. Grandpa Don. Love you. Yeah, just I'm still processing. Let's talk about Monday Night Raw, August 19th, 2024. Cole and Pat on commentary. We're in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, or South Florida, as they say. We started off with Randy Orton coming out, and Randy Orton, you know, he has this big match with Gunther. He's talking about he's gonna be a champion again, and this and that. But here comes Gunther. Gunther last week said some things about his dad and his grandpa and everything like that. And Gunther wants to make it personal. Randy's like, we could have had a classic match. We could have done this. We could have had the match of the century for that world championship, but you wanted to make it personal, Gunther. But Gunther comes out, then here comes Ludwig. Ludwig and Gunther beat down Randy. So they have the upper hand on Randy. And that's the way we start the show. And it sets up the main event for this evening. So that's kind of crazy. We started with Randy, we ended with Randy and Gunther, you know, and making this championship big. Then before this match, Sheamus is with Jackie. Before, you saw what happened to Sheamus last week in his hand. Pete attacked and everything like that. But this match right here, oh, you talk about a banger, man. You talk about chops and hits and just, there's this really great part where at the finish where he puts Sheamus's hand in the turnbuckle and Sheamus is getting hit and everything, and Sheamus gets so pissed off he rips the turnbuckle off and it just goes for it, and then 1, 2, 3, and I'm just like, damn, that was awesome, man. This is why we need distractions in our lives, man. That was just such a great match. Then we have the New Day with Odyssey Jones, and you know, this storyline, I just don't care. Like I tune out as soon as I see this. I'm just like, are you tonight's the night, right? We're gonna finally have Xavier go to the dark side, you know, with the Final Testament and whatnot. But it's been teased, and Xavier tells Kofi like, yo, man, you know, I feel like you're trying to replace Big E, whatnot, with bringing Odyssey Jones. Nothing against him. And Kofi's like, oh, I'm sorry, man. I know you felt like that. I just thought we just needed somebody, blah, blah. And they kind of mend, whatever. You know, kind of like, okay, all right, Xavier's like, but Xavier still has that face, man. Braun Breaker package. Get American Made backstage. Then we have Maxine with Alpha Academy versus Ivy Now with American Made. Meh. But the best part about this was the Wyatt 6. They attack American Made, and there was no finish to this match, but Wyatt 6 come out, and Alpha Academy just went. But American Made, and then we have they announced that Uncle Howdy's gonna face Chad next week, and I was like, that's so awesome. But Wyatt 6 stand tall, looking great. Nikki Cross, you know, being the first one in the ring, then the rest of the family. It was really good stuff. We get a Terror Twins promo. I love the fact we're calling them Terror Twins and it's sticking. I love that. You know, that's a good name. Not, where's it at? Pure Fusion Collective. That Terror Twins is a good name. We get CM Punk, you know, top of the hour, and he calls out Drew, and Drew doesn't come out yet, but he tells everybody, like, you know, tells a little story, him back in Florida, it's been so long, but he goes, I got another bracelet for Drew, and we're going to have a strap match at Bash in Berlin, and Drew comes out. I was like, a strap match, oh my goodness, man, this is gonna be awesome. These two are gonna beat the crap out of each other. It's like, you're gonna be attached to me, and I'm gonna beat you down, Drew. So and he's like, hey, and Drew's like, well, you know, let's go then. I gotta give you a receipt for what you did to me last week. And he's like, all right, fine. I'll give you the strap. just so you know, I won't attack you with it as long as you give me back my bracelet. And I saw somebody put the bracelet, you know, that with the AEW championship online. I was like, damn. We got the Judgment Day promo as well, because the Judgment Day will take on the Terror Twins at Bash in Berlin. Then we have the New Day and Odyssey Jones versus the Final Testament. Fun match for what it was, but the the New Day and Odyssey Jones get the win. And I was like waiting and waiting and waiting. I was like, there has to be a turn. Where is the turn going to be? Right? Doesn't happen. And I was like, you know, you set up all this doubt with Xavier Woods' facial expressions and stuff like that, but nothing happens. And I'm just like, how much longer can you drag this out? Because by the time the turn comes, I just don't think any of us will care. Or any of us will be like, oh, you know, unless he does something devastating. And that is just turning his back on Kofi and whatnot. And you should involve Biggie some way, somehow. You know, they've been trying to, like, they've been at the storyline for so long that I'm just like, it's just so stale. Terror Twins are backstage because earlier Dirty Dom put the challenge out there to Damian Priest. Rest in peace, Alpha. And, you know, yeah, rest in peace to the family. Much love. You know, it sucks losing family members. It really does. And yeah, like I said on top of the show, well, I lost somebody as well. So this is why I like pro wrestling. It gets my brain out of that. But the Miz is gonna face Bronson Reed in a no DQ match. He's backstage with Adam, and Adam's like, you don't have to do this, bro. You don't have to do this. And Miz is like, I have to do this. He beat down my buddy. He destroyed R-Truth. So he goes out there and he gets beat by Bronson Reed. It was an okay match, but the best part about it was Braun Strowman coming out for the save. And Braun Strowman and Bronson Reed, I was like, that's a whole lot of meat. And I'm really sad because Pat McAfee's, this is his last show for a while because football season's starting and whatnot. So it was nice to hear him like, that big son of a bitch. Jackie's with Sheamus backstage. You know, he got that win. And okay, here comes Ludwig. So we're keeping that storyline going. Then we get Dom and Liv backstage as they're coming to the ring for their match. Kathy's with Braun Breaker. Braun's like, hey, man, there's going to be a tournament next week. To determine, and it doesn't matter who's going to come and face me because I will destroy anyone and everyone. You best believe that. And then we have Dominic Mysterio versus Damian Priest, of course, the Judgment Day attack. Then here comes Rhea. Then here comes Liv. The Terror Twins get beat down. Such a great image with the Judgment Day on top. You know, laying Rhea's body on top of Damian, holding Damian's head. He's laying there, you know, ragdoll and stuff like that. Such a dominant image from the Judgment Day, taking out the Terror Twins and making it more personal. We get the Judgment Day backstage. They cut a promo. You know, they're like, hey, look at what we did, causing destruction. We're on top. You know, we are the Judgment Day. Damage Control versus Pure Fusion Collective versus Fire Dawn for the Tag Team Championships. This was a fun match. I will say this was a really great match. I would say this is my second match of the night next to Sheamus and Pete. But Fire and Dawn retained the Tag Team Championships. Then we go to Ludwig and Gunther backstage. You know, Gunther's like, come on, dude, don't lose. You can't lose to Randy Orton. You cannot lose to him. Then we get Jackie with Jey Uso. He has his eyes set on the Intercontinental Championship. So I'm like, yeet. You know, I'm telling that person over there, yeet. Great interview. Then we go to our main event, Randy Orton versus Ludwig. And this was a fun match. Randy was attacked in the starting of the show and, you know, the selling of the leg and everything like that. But Randy Orton got the win with Gunther coming out there. You know, and I was just like, this is gonna be a big match, and just showing what's to come, even if Randy has his leg hurt and everything like that. And we end the show with Randy and Gunther brawling it out, just fighting, you know. And I was like, yeah, I'm excited for this match. Randy Orton versus Gunther is gonna be a banger, bruh. So that was it. Monday Night Raw, I would give this a solid 4 out of 5. My match of the night is Sheamus versus Pete. You know, I want to see another match with them. I don't think we're done with this storyline. Pete has a lot of anger, and we go on to NXT tonight. Yeah, so that's it. That's all. Tell me what you thought of the show. Drop those comments below. Hit the like, hit that subscribe. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Know what I'm saying? Know what I'm saying? Know what I'm saying? And yeah, once again, RIP to my grandpa Don. You know, and RIP to Alpha. You know, and just love and respect to anybody and everybody that loses a family member. You know, just hang in there. You know, it's tough, but you know, it's almost a year since I lost my grandpa. And that's next month, and I don't want to think about that. I'm sorry. But yeah. So this is why we like pro wrestling, because it's an escape. It keeps our mind busy and whatnot. But just shout out, love to everybody, love and respect, and that's it. That's all. And remember that the New World Podcast is for life. I messed up, brother.
Desperation gets back into it, but wait a minute, hold up, dog.
Yeah, this is what happens, Ivy, when you align yourself with American made.